The last time we strapped our testing equipment to a Nissan Versa sedan was nearly a half-dozen years ago, when Nissan's subcompact four-door finished last in a 6-car comparison test. Since then, the Versa underwent a mid-cycle update for the 2015 model year that brought a fresh front-end design, the reworked center stack, and a new 3-spoke steering wheel to the pint-size 175.4-inch long subcompact. Model year 2017 Versa see a mildly revised center console that includes a new design for the front cup holders, an additional 12-volt outlet, and the relocation of the car's standard auxiliary input and available USB port to the area ahead of the shift lever. These improvements address customer complaints, but, regrettably, none does much to elevate the Versa when compared with alternatives such as the Honda Fit and the Chevrolet Sonic. The Nissan's homely styling carries over. The interior remains a depressing haven of cheap plastics and parts bin pieces, and its dynamic abilities are no better than before. The Versa's sparsely dressed interior reflects the sedan's $12,875 starting price. Impressively, the least expensive model, the Versa S, includes among its standard equipment Bluetooth phone streaming, steering wheel mounted audio controls, power side mirrors, and anti-lock brakes. Also standard is a 5-speed manual gearbox, the sole transmission found in the S, which probably disappoints a lot of young can't-drive stick shoppers looking for a bargain. We'd hope it would induce them to learn, but years of evidence now shows that they've just spent more for one of the other Versa model, from the $15,015 Versa S Plus to the top-of-the-line $18,165 Versa SL, all of which rely on a standard continuously variable automatic transmission CVT. Opting for a CVT model also brings cruise control to the Versa's features list. No matter the trim, the same 1.6-liter inline-4 drives the front wheels. Armed with a meter 109 horsepower and 107 pounds-feet of torque, it moved our 2,474-pound Versa SV test car with reasonable pep for the class, getting it to 60 miles per hour in 9.2 seconds and through the quarter mile after 17.1 seconds at 81 miles per hour. Both times matched the numbers we clocked in a Scion i8, now Toyota Yaris i8 with an automatic transmission, although the i8 did clip past the quarter mile at 82 miles per hour. While more power would be appreciated, Nissan's subcompact sedan easily outruns the Mitsubishi Mirage G4, which needed 12.8 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour but works with only 3 cylinders against everyone else's 4. Regardless, accelerating in the Versa is a noisy affair, with 78 decibels of the inline-4's gritty song entering the cabin at wide open throttle, 6 decibels more than we recorded in the automatic i8. Blame the Versa CVT, which despite its best attempts to simulate gear shifts tends to hold the engine at high revs when heavy throttle is applied. Even so, CVT-equipped Versas are able to eke out an EPA-rated 31 miles per gallon in city driving and 39 miles per gallon on the highway, besting the stick-shift Versa S's 27/36 figures. Self-shifting Versas also benefit from the additions of the rear spoiler and rear-wheel air deflectors that trim the sedan's coefficient of drag from 0.32 to 0.29. We averaged 34 miles per gallon in our brilliant silver Versa SV test car throughout its stay with us, matching the EPA's combined figure. The Versa couldn't top 34 miles per gallon on our 75 mph highway fuel economy run, however, which is 5 miles per gallon below the EPA highway rating. Speaking of the highway, that's where crosswinds tend to toss around this slab-sided sedan in its lane like a cat batting a dead mouse. We recommend staying clear of twisty tarmac, too, as the Versa SV's narrow, 15-inch Continental Conti-Pro Contact Hilo rolling resistance tires squeal at the first hint of lateral acceleration, limited to 0.78 grams as measured on our skid pad. Prominent body roll and overboosted, lifeless electrically assisted steering salt the Versa's dynamic wounds. A set of front disc and rear drum brakes brought the Versa to a halt from 70 miles per hour in a class-competitive 176 feet. As in Versa's past, Nissan's dynamic dullard relies on the showroom appeal of its sizable 15-cubic-foot trunk and comfortable rear seat with 37.0 inches of legroom, nearly an inch more than the mid-size Nissan Altima. For consumers seeking to moonlight in the ride-sharing industry, the Versa's spacious accommodations and low base price certainly make it a compelling option. Still, Those wanting basic comfort and convenience features such as power windows and door locks, an integrated driver's seat armrest, a USB port, front map lights, a 60/40 split folding rear seat, and a key fob remote will need to spring for this $16,605 SV trim. At that price, the Versa is just $255 cheaper than a similarly equipped and dynamically superior Ford Fiesta Southeast sedan. While an ample rear seat and a generous trunk are noteworthy features, this model's subpar interior and dynamic faults are much too great to let a few $100s in savings convince us to choose the Versa SV over its competitors. Sadly, in this segment the price rules to such a degree that the Versa has been America's best-selling subcompact for years, giving Nissan little incentive to invest in a better contender. Viewed photos.